barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free hit the subscribe button. So I got a I got an email today, and I want to address it. And they were basically, first of all, June 29th, Houston, Texas. We want to do something for the community there. If anyone knows a barbershop, anything June 29th in the morning before Jamal Charlo's fight, I would love to give back to the community of Houston. Anyone have any contact information or can lead me, feel free to email me fhaw17 at gmail or hit my DM in the on Instagram, Silent Heroes. Um, Someone hit my DM and they were complaining or actually upset that the best fights aren't getting made and how come and why and how. And they said I'm pro PBC and I'm anti everything else, obviously, by the videos I made today. They were alluding to that, and they wanted the best fights against the best fighters against the best fighters. And the simple answer and the short answer is I am a black man before I am a boxing fan. You guys can take it how you want to take it. I don't care. Do I make mistakes along the way? Absolutely. Um, but um, as it relates to Bob Arum, Barry Hearn, and everybody else, I've put myself in position where I can stand on my square. All right. Where I'm not skewed by someone's opinion of me or what status quo does. It doesn't move me at all. You know, um, um, we still have black men supporting the NFL. I don't believe we can seriously. I don't believe I can have a conversation with a black man about principles and morals if you're watching the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm uh, I'm a diehard Giants fan, and I have yet to see Saquon Barkley carry the football. I does it hurt? Yeah, I mean, I grew up on the NFL. Um, Lincoln has never seen an NFL game with his father. I guess high school football and college football were surmised, but thank God for boxing, right? that that monopolizes my weekends a great deal, you know. And I think it's incredibly important. We can't fight every battle. We're human. We have lives to live. But when things are near and dear to you, you can't put your selfish wants ahead of the culture. This is just what I believe, you know. And again, I say this: we can't fight every battle. Okay, you are a human being. Okay, I'm not gonna go through life saying, "Oh, I can't make a left turn at that light. I can't make a right turn at that light. I can't shop there." I'm just gonna create my own, and that's what I strive to do. And again, I will reiterate, I'm not perfect. I don't fight the perfect fight. You will see contradictions in my life. But the overall message, what I believe, okay, is um, I put me being a black man over um, the sport of boxing. I want Al Heyman to win. It's really simple. I'm not, I don't sugarcoat it. I am unwavering on it. I believe, I don't believe no man is perfect. I'm not going to say, I don't know Al Heyman. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I have meetings with him. I call him. We're cool. No, it's not. I don't have to know him. You don't. You don't have to know someone to love him. I've never met Malcolm X. I've never met Martin Luther King. You know, you've never met Jesus Christ, right? You've never met Elijah Muhammad. You've never met Gandhi, right? So now you put everything in perspective, right? You don't know what's on the other side of death, and yet you have faith, right? Um, no man is perfect. I'm going to agree with everyone as it relates to that. Does Al Heyman make mistakes? Just as Bob Arum makes mistakes, right? Just as Eddie Hearn makes mistakes. But when they draw the line in the sand, with racist rhetoric, I have to draw my line in the sand. It's really simple, you know. Um, I'm not going to go out here and fight every racist battle. I'm just going to sit here and tell you that. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Do I believe in redemption? Yes, there's a level of redemption, but I don't forget. Some people may forgive, some people may not. It's just the bottom line. You know, you wearing an NFL jersey and you're complaining to me why Top Rank or PBC is not working together. There's no reason for us to have a conversation. You know, I'm not gonna sit here. It's hard for me not to watch the NFL. You know how hard it is for me not to watch the Super Bowl. Don't you know my? I mean, don't you know the level of my friends and the Super Bowl parties that they throw? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting in the house in darkness. I think I did a few videos. Um, so, um, you know, um, I it's just what I believe, man. And I'm not saying I'm right. It's just my belief. Okay, I could be wrong, but I'm gonna stand on my square. All right, just like the Gucci thing, right? Everyone complaining about you should boycott Gucci, right? You should do X, you should do Y, you should do Z, but they don't own Gucci. You understand what I'm saying? People are yelling and complaining. I'm not saying this is wrong or right. I think you made a great decision by not buying Gucci. I'm being candidly honest. Whether you could afford it, whether you couldn't afford it, that's not the issue. That's not where I'm going with this, right? But you got to take into account people's sacrifice. Okay, people just think you just cut it on and cut it off, and no, you got to value people's sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? Do I want to see these fights? Absolutely. Do I want to wear my Gucci shoes that I have in my closet? Absolutely. You know, I cover boxing every day. You guys know. I walk in my closet every day and I have over 20 pairs of Gucci shoes. I have over 20 belts that say Gucci on it. I haven't worn them. I don't know when is the 90 days up, by the way. I don't know how long this boycott gotta last. I have no idea. Somebody put in the comment section. All right. I have no idea. Ooh, Terry Donahue diagnosed with cancer. And bless him, UCLA coach when I was a kid. Uh, um, like I've done the 90 days. I don't know. Um, but I vow not to ever buy Gucci ever again. I'm definitely not doing that again. You know, but I think the overall message that I want to send to you guys is you have to stand for something. You can't put your selfish wants before the culture. You can't. It's hard. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's it's um I think you got to have principles. You got to have standards. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's most prevalent. I think that's most important. I could be wrong. This is just what I believe right now in this moment and what I've been living by, and it's worked for me. Do I respect Bob Arum? No. Do I respect Barry Hearn? No. Will I tell them to their face? 100%. Do I value their opinion? Absolutely not. Is there going to become a point where they have to work together? Absolutely. They have laws they have to abide by. It's called sanctioning bodies. So um, there are things that do Bob Arum wish that he never ever had to call Al Heyman? I'm I'm going to guesstimate and say yes. Do Al Heyman wish he never had to call Bob Arum? I would guesstimate and say yes. Or Eddie Hearn, or you get what I'm saying? Everybody wished they were the cash cow. Everyone wished they were in control. It's like you in your home. You want to be in control, right? That's your domain. That's your welterweight division. Your home is your welterweight division. Your job is your heavyweight division. You understand what I'm saying? You want to be the king of your throne, So it's just what I feel. It's just what I believe, and I do my best. I am a walking contradiction sometimes. I understand that, okay? But I stand and believe that I have to be a black man before I am a boxing fan. I have to be. I'm raising two kids, you know, and then mixed kids. So I don't know if it's more challenging. I don't know if it's not. I don't know. I can't answer that question, but I have to raise them to the best of my ability, and daddy has to have principles. I I can't have Lincoln, who is a very inquisitive, intelligent kid, just like you. If you have 4, 5, 6 years old, or toddlers, um, your child is just as inquisitive, if not more. And they ask questions. Well, Dad, why are you watching NFL? You didn't watch it last year. You know, I have to tell them why. I have to give them an explanation why. I'm not condemning people who do this. This is just what I believe. I'm not gonna waste my energy condemning someone for watching the NFL. It's a waste of time. You watching the NFL, tell me how you feel, right? And and the irony about it is, um, if I do something that's a contradiction, I've given you the answer. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's some contradictions in my life, right? The overall message is we live in a society that is not built around our moral compass, that is not built about what we desire, okay? So um, we have to understand this. So we're going to make mistakes along the way. We have to negotiate, okay? Because this is not our society. Remember, we were slaves when the Constitution was written, right? What year was the Constitution written? I believe I know, 1777. Let's see if I'm right. I don't know. What year was the... That's funny. That's amazing how it came right up. 1787, excuse me. September. It was signed September 17th, 1787. All right. And May 25th. So just said the last signature, I'm assuming, was 1787. So um, it's not for us. We were slaves when it was written. So how can it still be? The irony about it is, how can it still be relevant today in 2019? That's a great question, right? All right. So, but anyways, man, it's just what I feel. It's just what I believe. I read your comment section. I know a lot of you guys want the best fights, and I respect it. That's why I don't cover, you know, spatula. I stand on my square. It's just what I believe. I work out with Golden Boy fighters. I don't cover them. Do I want to? Yes. I train. I hit this. I hit the same heavy bag they hit. You understand what I'm saying? It's just the reality of it. You know, we've actually become family, but I have to stand on my square. It's the same thing if I worked out with what's that guy's name? Odell Beckham. He lives in Los Angeles in the summertime. I'm not going to talk to him about football and interview him about football. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, you get what I'm saying? So, it's just the reality of the beast, man. It's for real. It's just, you know, is it tough sometimes? It absolutely is. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy, but neither was slavery. Neither was the Montgomery bus boycott. You know what I'm saying? So I would consider this an easier sacrifice. All I got to do is not hit power. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. So it's uh and that's the short answer of it. Mm. I'm gonna make mistakes along the way, but I just wanted this to be clear. I'm a black man before I'm a boxing fan. Okay, I can't put that before. I can't put it. I can't. All right. It's just really simple. We've heard the rhetoric from Bob Aaron. We've heard the rhetoric from Barry Hearn. That's just it. It's just like you at your job. You have a racist coworker at your job. You avoid them as much as possible, but you have to interact with them, right? You have to go to meetings with them. You understand? You have to do X, Y, Z. Or if you have your own business and you have contracts with the city, you have to get the signature from the racist council person or whatever the case may be. Or, you know, this is a whole world that we live in. It ain't just, you can't just cut it off. Like, you know what I mean? And it's challenging at times. And I'm repeating myself overall. You guys get my genuine message. And anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, man, it's, it's, it's just what I believe. It's just what I've stood on. And I'm going to tell you guys, having principles in life will take you a long way. If you see a 350-pound man, what are you going to say? Man, he's overweight, right? If you see a young man with his pants halfway off his ass, holding the phone in one hand and holding his belt buckle on the other hand, you're like, man, that's a stupid ass person, right? But when you see a man who's consistently doing the right thing because he has principles, you can visually see, right? Success has visual characteristics, okay? Success has spiritual characteristics, okay? You can't escape it, you know? And it can it has a level of consistency. Failure has a level of consistency. Okay, so just as success has a level of consistency. Okay, you are what you eat and think, and it's just the reality of it. And I encourage everyone, what are your principles? What are you willing and not willing to stand for? Willing to stand for and not willing to stand for. What do you inherently believe in? What does your spirit tell you? We're all different. Like, for example, you may love PETA. You may like gun rights. I may believe in civil rights. Fight for it. Believe in it. Stand on your square. You got to have a hierarchy and principles. That's it. You know, there's room for everyone to fight. All right. Just like for some people, the NFL is not a big deal. You know what I mean? But they may be great at feeding the homeless. I'm not going to condemn a person for that. You know, it's just no need to have a conversation about it. In my humble opinion. I'm not throwing no. See, here's another thing too. I, uh, I've been having this conversation with myself, and probably for the past 6 months, honestly, because every day there's someone who's being labeled a coon and doing this, doing X, Y, Z, right? And Oprah is a hot topic, right? And why is she so prevalent? Because I went and saw the Temptations last Friday, and she was actually sitting 2 rows behind me. Ironically enough, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. And um, she's done some great things for the community. Now, do you, for real, and ask this, feel free to put in the comment section if you want, no problem. Now, do you X out everything she's done for our community because of what she did for Michael Jackson? I don't have an answer right now. I've been deliberating on this for like 6, 7 months, right? Especially since Oprah stuff come out. Do you X her out of the community and call her a coon and call her she hates black men? And do you do this? Or do you weigh the pros and cons? Can she still have value for helping out these black girls in Africa, building schools, building wells? I don't want to use the term import, but you bring them to America where they can work and simultaneously building up Africa. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's conversations that we literally must have because we may be terrible, quote unquote. Hear me out. We may be terrible at something black, but we may be great at something black, right? Oprah's a great case for it, right? She's allocated millions upon billions of dollars to empowering and encouraging black women. So now do you flip the coin and say, well, she's a terrible black woman because of what she did to, what's the kid's name? Michael Jackson. Do you just 100% alienate her out? These are tough questions, right? Same thing with Barack Obama. People complain about Barack Obama ain't did nothing for black people. Universal health care saves you $1,000 a month, right? Universal health care. Excuse me. He extended unemployment rights, right, for people who were unemployed who couldn't get job. Um, um, he leveled off the market. If you had stocks, if you owned property, he leveled off the market so it can be have a level of success. You know, that definitely helped Main Street. You understand? And versus he never really, 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 really spoke as a black man. He never really, really, really went to Chicago. He never really, really went to South Central or went to Harlem outside of fundraisers or outside of. I get all of that, but do you throw him away for being silent on certain issues, or do you praise him for having legislation that actually helps you? I can sit here and tell you right now, his legislation in 2008 to 2010 did great things for the black community. I can sit here and tell you that. Let's see, 2008. I didn't have any money 2008 in comparison to what I have now. You understand? 2008, I made a commitment that first Tuesday I was gonna be the greatest black man I could possibly be. Watching him give that speech at that park with Oprah hugging that white person, pun intended, right? So uh, these are conversations that I think as black people that um, it we have to have. And one of the reasons why we have to have these conversations is because of the Constitution wasn't written for us. This uh, America wasn't created with equity in it for black people. Okay, there's a difference between equality and equity. Okay, you need to learn the difference as a human being. You need to sit down and really understand the difference between equity and equality. If you're fighting for equality in a capitalist society, you're wasting your time. That's fool's gold. You need to understand that there's no such thing as equality in a capitalist society. It's read what capitalism is. Read the definition of capitalism. Read the definition of equality, and see if you can find it. Okay, no such thing. All right. So so these are conversations that I believe black people must have with themselves. Okay, we're always gonna fall short somewhere in the barometer. I know it because I lived it. I look at myself sometimes and I said I probably could have been a better man. You know, I make mistakes in terms of the culture. I strive to be better. I'm not perfect, you know. So, um, hip hop is. I grew up on hip hop. I shouldn't be listening to Too Short. What's my favorite word? Right? I got a daughter. I shouldn't be listening to it. Right? It's a contradiction. I'm just giving you guys examples. You know, just being 100. You know, but I just wanted to have this conversation with y'all because I think it's important. And don't feel bad about it. Work on self, but write down your principles. But there's no way I can be a boxing fan No way being a boxing fan can be more important than being a black man. There's just no way. No way, no how. It can't happen. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'm about to go. It's 11:30 in LA. I'm about to go run. I couldn't run earlier today because my body was telling me no. Like, no, 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 nigga, slow down. I had these lower back pains, and you know how you get these Achilles. Well, I'm 41, so it's starting to build up on me. So that's basically what happened. So I'm about to get up and go run. So barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. If you're in Houston and you want to help, if you want to start making donations, we gonna do it BIG. So hit the donations, Silent Heroes, and PayPal. You can PayPal it. So it'll be in the description box. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.